Stunnande divyaistavaihi Vedai Sangapadakramopanishadaihi Gayandiyam samagaha Dhyanavastita tadgatena manasa Pashyantiyam yoginaham Syantam navidusura suragana Devaya tasye namah. Okay, so we'll start it now. Please just read. अथ प्रथमोऽध्यायः धृतराष्ट्र उवाच धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतायुयुत्सवः मामका पाण्डवाश्चैव किमकुर्वत संजय संजय उवाच दृष्ट्वा तु पाण्डवानीकम् व्यूढं दुर्योधनस्तदा आचार्यमुपसंगम्य राजा वचनमब्रवीत् धृतराष्ट्र उवाच धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतायुयुत्सवः मामका पाण्डवाश्चैव किमकुर्वत संजय संजय उवाच दृष्ट्वा तु पाण्डवानीकम् व्यूढं दुर्योधनस्तदा आचार्यमुपसंगम्य राजा वचनमब्रवीत्. So, as you are seeing, the stage is set, the battle lines are drawn, and both Pandavas and Kauravas, Arjuna and Krishna, as I told you in the morning, went to Krishna for his help. And Krishna offered himself on one side, the other side the whole Dwaraka division of army. Arjuna, without blinking the eyes, asked for Krishna himself. As I told you, that is the sign of maturity. When you have total reliance on your own power, you also very distinctly appreciate. Ultimate success and failure is not in your hand. Depends on so many other factors in life. Call it chance, call it God, call it truth, call it anything. But in the language of the person who understands the truth, very clearly you accept Ishvara, the God, the truth, all pervasive. At the same time, as I told you, accepting unknown or the Ishvara does not mean your prayer should replace your work. Do your job, then pray. As very nicely, who is that one? The general who fought the Nelson or somebody in British history. He said, Pray God, but keep your powders dry. When you're fighting a battle, Nelson, somebody, some king, he said, pray God, but keep your powder dry. Because if you don't keep your powder dry, God is not going to help you. A story goes about Muhammad also. Because he was addressing these Bedouins and he was sitting inside a tent in the desert. So many people had come to attend his discourse. After the class was over, or the discourse is over, everybody goes away, one fellow returns. He said, I came to your class, my camel has bolted. So what is the idea? Coming to listen to this God stuff and losing the camel? He said, believe in God, but tie your camel. Right. The same way. At no time your prayer can replace the work or a hard work. You do your part. Then shall we say prayer is meaningless? No. Prayer has two things. Very nicely somebody sent me a note, Swamiji, what is the difference between, what is the need for the prayer? And what is this difference between drushta phala or drushta phala? Drushta phala means the prayer has a seen result which is seen, drushta. Another one is unseen. Like you can see any action also will have two results. Even physical action. Drushta phala is, suppose I got very angry with you. I said, don't do that. Drushta phala is, you obey. Adrushta phala is, you carry a vengeance. You may carry some type of a ill will against me, which is adrushta. Nobody can see that. But you obeyed me. Physically. You run. Drushta phala is, you are tired. Adrushta phala is, your muscles are building up. You don't know. Same thing in prayer also. Drushta phala is, you suppose you are doing a kamya karma, that is a prayer, you are doing for a particular occasion. Drushta phala is, you may or may not get the result. Adrushta phala is, mentally you are matured, grown up, ready to accept the result. Like your father is sick. If you simply say, my father is sick, if he is destined to die, he will die. If he is destined to live, he will live. You give up. Then what will happen? By chance the person lives, of course you shall say God's grace. If it doesn't, if it dies away, a guilt comes over. I should have done something. So therefore, do your part. And then pray, because you don't know what will happen. It's not known to you. So if it happens that the person is cured, thank God for it, you don't take the credit. Suppose gone, mentally you are ready to accept it. Why? Because I did my part, that is the adrushta phala, the strength that you get within yourself. That is why balancing it out. Simply hard work, but no faith or no belief in anything. The person, that is why person who is individualistic, literally goes up and down like in a roller coaster ride. Success goes into his head, failure also destroys him. Whereas when you are balancing it out both the human factor as well as the unknown, the divine, then you do your part. What results are coming out of it, I never know. Therefore, if success comes, you don't allow it to go into your head. If failure comes, it doesn't paralyze you, you continue. This little principle will be much more elaborately we will be seeing when you go to second chapter, third chapter, Gita. Karma Yoga will come. This is the Karma Yoga. We shall see that when it comes there. Now, so here the battle line is drawn. Now, Duryodhana The Kaurava army, Pandava army standing. As they are standing, Dhritarashtra comes into picture. In the palace, Dhritarashtra, the blind king, sitting down, he can't see the battle from a distance, so he is asking Sanjaya to report. Sanjaya reporting from a distance is like Duradarshana. He has Shakti, he has the capacity to see from a distance. Sitting in palace, he can see everything. In Mahabharata, story goes, only 2-3 people had been given that power. Sanjaya could see it, and bird could see it, some other person, like I don't remember the story now, but they could see from a distance and report. So Sanjaya now reports to him. Dhritarashtra asked, what is that? Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Yoshava Mamaka Pandavasyaiva Kim Akuruvata Sanjaya. Hey Sanjaya, Kim Akuruvata, what did they do? Who are they? Mamakaha Pandavaha, my children as well as Pandavas. What did they do? It's a very silly question. Do you know why? Because the first line is Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre Yushchavaha. Yushu means Yodhum Ichu, desirous of fighting. So Yushchava, those people who are desirous of fighting, they have assembled in the Dharmakshetra, Kurukshetra. So desirous of fighting, if they have assembled, what will they do? Polo, play polo, bingo. She is like that. Desirous of eating, he went to the kitchen. What did he do? Play hide and seek. What nonsense. The question is, they have desirous of fighting, they have gone, they are assembled. What did they do? Why Dhritarashtra asked this question? Because the Kurukshetra, Dharma Kshetra. Kurukshetra is, the battlefield is a Dharma Kshetra, Dharma Pradhana Kshetra. It's a very, very holy place. Maybe because of the holiness of the place, it has an impact on the Kauravas. They change their heart. Hey, why unnecessarily fighting? Let us give the legitimate share. Or the Pandavas might have thought, just because of the influence of the place, what is there in a kingdom? Let them have the place, let me go. Did it happen? And here the Dhritarashtra also is blind and is also behaving like a blind person. When he is the head of the family, the eldest brother is dead, children are both his children, brother's children are his children also should be his children. But he clearly distinguishes between the two and he says, Mamaka, Pandava, my children, his children. That means he is, commentaries we shall go on like that. They say that this person is not only physically blind but also emotionally blind. Because he doesn't see that my brother's children also my children. That is why many such human relationships we shall come into the picture. We shall see many aspects of it. Anyway, Mamaka Pandakim Akurvata, what did they do? Sanjay now tells, this is the whole thing, a story, it will move very fast. Sanjay says, Drushtva Pandavanekam Vyudham Duryodhanasta. Pandavanekam Vyudham Drushtva. Having seen the different types of battle formations of Pandava army, Vyudham, battle formations, Pandavanikam army of the Pandavas, having seen different types of strategic battle formations of Pandavas, Duryodhana, Acharya Umvasangamya Raja Vachanam Abravit. He went to Acharya. Acharya is Dronacharya, the teacher. Drona is the one who was fighting in support of the Pandavas, Kauravas. So he goes to him and Raja Vachanam Abravit. He told these things. Raja Duryodhana happened to be Raja. So the king, Idam Vachanam Abravit, he told this. What did he say? Just read. These verses we can just pass through, okay? Just see that. It builds up until the hero arrives. We shall see that. Pasyaitam Panduputranam Acharya Mahatim Chamum Vyudham Drupada Putrena Tava Sishyena Dhimata Atra Sura Maheshwasa Bhimarjuna Samayudhi Yudhano Viratasya Drupadasya Maharatah Drishtaketuschekitanaha Kashirajasya Viryavan Purojit Kunti Bhojasya Saivyasya Narapungava Yudhamanyusya Vikrante Uttamojasya Viryavan Saubhadro Draupadeyasya Sarva eva Maharathaha Asmakam tu Vishishtaye Tannibodha Dvijotama Nayaka Mama Sainyasya Sangyartham Tan Bravimite. Right, he says now, Raja Vachanam Abravit, the king Duryodhana now goes to Acharya Drona and tells him, Pashya. You see, this language that is used, when you understand the intonation of it, you know how much psychological drama takes place here. Etam Panduputranam Mahatim Chamum He Acharya Pashya. He Acharya, oh great teacher, look at these great battle formations by these Pandavas. Who has made it? Draupada Putrena, the son of Drupada, brother-in-law of Pandavas, and also Tava Dhimata Shishyena, by your great disciples. Is like setting fire into the teacher to make him angry against his teacher. Look at these people to whom you taught. Now they have created this battle formation to destroy you. That means take care. Taunting remarks to the great teacher. Just like the father and mother will be talking to each other. Suppose the mother is angry with the son, and tell her husband, look at your great son. Look at what is he doing. As though it is not her son also. Or he will tell to her, you look at your daughter, look at your boy, what is he doing. As though it is not a father's son also. But that is the language they use. Just to taunt somebody. Just to taunt somebody, they shall do that. Tava shishyena tava dhimata shishyena Vyudham Drupada Putrena tava shishyena tava dhimata shishyena. By your great loving students, now look at it. What have they done? And who are those people? Atra Sura, the great Veera. Sura means warriors. Maheshwasa. Maheshwasa means Mahaishwasa. Those who are carrying mighty bows and arrows. Not ordinary people. Sura, the great warriors. Bhima Arjuna Samayudhi. Yudhi, in the battle, they are equal to Bhima and Arjuna. Bhima, Arjuna, Nakula, Sahadeva, Yudhishthira. These are each one of them top warriors. Same thing also Karna, all these names it shall come now. And Bhima, Arjuna, Samayudhi. They are very much capable as Bhima and Arjuna. Yudhana, Viratascha, Drupadascha, Maharatha. And he gives the name. There is nothing to explain there. They are names. Yudhana, one who can fight the battle well. Viratascha, the king of Virat. Drupadascha, king of Drupada. Maharatha, they are with great chariots. Not only with great bow and arrow, but with great chariots. Drushtaketu Chekitanaha Kasirajascha Viryavan. And this is the strong, the king of Kasi. Drushtaketu Chekitanaha Purujit Kuntivoja Saivyascha Narapungava. They are great among the men. Narapungava, the bull among the men, the king among the men. These are the people assembled there. So many names he is now telling. Listen. Yuddha Manushya Vikranta. And also Vikrantaha. Udhamanyu. The person, Vikranta, his name is, that person is also a great warrior. Uttamauja Asya Viryavan. Uttamauja, another person. Viryavan, very strong. Saubhadra, son of Subhadra. Draupadeyasya, king of, again, Drupada. Sarva eva Maharatha. Like this, so many great warriors are standing in front of it. And then, having introduced that side, now how many verses he has given? All these are little things to be, just to be entertaining you. Because this has nothing to do with the main body of thoughts and all that, but this is builds up according to that, builds up to that great moment where Arjuna and Krishna's dialogue will begin. So it's a wonderful battle arrangement where he has given 3-4 verses to describe the Pandava army, because there are so many great warriors. And then he says, Asmakam tu Vishishtaye, now, O Acharya, I will tell you, Hey Dijottama, O great Dvija, O Brahmana Sreshta, the teacher, I shall now tell you, Asmakam tu Vishishtaye, I will introduce you to our soldiers, our warriors. Nayaka mama sanyasya, sangyartham tan brahmimite. Te sangyartham, for your information, I shall now introduce you to the warriors, leaders on our side, because you are going to be the captain of the army for first few days. Who are they? First, and of course, see the style of discussion. Who are the people important on my side? He begins. He is talking to Acharya, no? So first thing says, Bhavan, you. That is the psychology of a leader. Suppose I say, I am organizing a function and we are going to invite many people. Whom are you all inviting? I don't tell your name, I tell other people's name. How do you feel? See the psychology of it. When you are telling somebody that I am going to invite, arrange a party, I am going to invite people. Who are our people in the list? You say everybody's name and lastly you say, of course you will also come. You know that type of, how much importance is given to you? Nothing. So the leadership, Bhavan, you first. Bhishmasya, Dronasya, Karnasya, Krupasya, Samitinja, those who can win the battle. Aswathama, Vikarnasya, Saumadatti tathevasa. Aswathama, Vikarna, Saumadatta, only one verse. Anyeja, read, next one, read. Anyeja bahava suraha Madarte tyakta jivitaha Nana shastra praharanaha Sarve yuddha visharadaha Aparyaptam tadasmakam Balam bhishma virakshitam Paryamtam tudamyetesham Balam bhima virakshitam Ayaneshu cha sarveshu Yathabhagam avasthitaha Bhishmameva virakshantu Bhavantas sarva evahi. So now only one verse he describes himself. That Bhavan, you, Bhishma, Karna, Krupas, Aswathama, Vikarna, Somadatti, all these people. Anyeja Bhava Sura. So many like this. Anye Sura, Bhava Sura. There are many other great warriors are there on my side. And what is it? Madarte Tyakta Jivita. For my sake they are standing here giving up their lives. Madarte Tyakta Jivita. Because the person knows, Duryodhana knows he is fighting a wrong battle. So already he is giving the statement, Madarthe Tyakta Jivita, they have given up their life for my sake, because they shall not go back from here alive. In this type of battle, there is no question of going back. Either you win or you die. There is no defeat. Those are the battles those days. There is no question of running away from it. So, Madarthe Tyakta Jivita. Nana Shastra Praharana. They are wielding various types of weapons. Sarve Yudha Visarada. Everybody dexterous in the art of warfare. But one thing, O Lord, one thing, O teacher, remember. Aparyaptam tadasmakam balam bhishma abhirakshitam. Even though we have aparyaptam alpam, we have got, our balam, though it is little, but it's aparyaptam, it is really plenty. Why? Bhishma abhirakshitam. Because Bhishma, the great warrior, is taking the leadership. Whereas the Pandavas may have lot of warriors, but it is guided by Bhima, whose intelligence is not that much to praise about. The story, So, an intelligent person in few things can achieve much more than with a huge material advantage, but the leadership is stupid. Intelligent person with few rupees will achieve wonders. Idiot with all things at his disposal will destroy everything. That is the thing. Same thing, human resources. Also, material resources. Depends on the intelligence. Therefore it says, Paryaptantu. So even though the Pandavas have got so many warriors, but because Bhima is the leader, therefore they are in a disadvantageous position. Ayaneshu sarveshu. Therefore, since it is so, all of you please help Bhishma, the great warrior. Read that. Shankara has not commented on this chapter at all. Naturally, there is nothing to comment, it's a storyline, but there are certain things. Please hand over them, our books. My book, the sixth, everybody give one set. Up to whatever he has written, give it away. So first chapter you can read, there are certain portions, you must read it as a huge psychological leap. We'll see that when it comes there. Some other acharyas have commented on it, like Shankarananda has commented, so many commentaries are there on that. But Shankara has chosen not to come. Of course, a storyline, doesn't matter. Please read. Ayaneshu cha sarveshu yathavagam avastitaha bhishma beva virakshantu bhavantas sarva eva hi tasya sanjanayan harsham guru vruddha pitamaha simhanadam vinodyochaihi Shankham dadmau prathapavan tatas shankhascha bhiryascha panavanaka gomukhaha sahasaivabhyanyanta sasabdastu mulo bhavat. So when he thus approaches Drona and introduces him to everybody and then tells, protected by Bhishma, our limited army shall fight like a ocean of army. Therefore, ayaneshu cha sarveshu, from all corners, yathabhagam avastita, as they are existing, all of you, Bhishmameva avirakshantu, please protect Bhishma. Give every support to Bhishma. Sarva evahi. Bhavanta sarva evahi. All of you give full support to Bhishma. Because Bhishma had a total advantage in the battle. Because Bhishma had the unique boon in his life that he shall not die unless he wishes. That is a big story. The Mahabharata stories are like that, story. And thousands of story within a story within a story. Bhishma had got that power because when his father, Shantanu, just a little story, Shantanu had lost his wife, and then he had gone for a, what is that, walk or paridhi. Paridhi means hunting. Then he saw a beautiful woman. And he was finished. Of course he was finished. So, now he comes back. You see, Santanu had married Ganga, okay? That is the story. Santanu had married Ganga. Ganga, the Ganges mother. She had married Ganga. But Ganga had a very strong condition. The condition is, he was smitten by Ganges, Ganga. So she said, yes, I will marry you, but on one condition. You shall not tell anything. Whatever I do, you should not oppose it. Whatever I do, you should not oppose it. Of course, I won't do crazy things, but whatever I do, you don't oppose it. Santanu said, okay, all right. Because he is smitten by it. No choice. All right, whatever you say, thy will be done. Your wish is my command. First baby was born. She took that baby, threw it in Ganges. The second was born, thrown into Ganges. Third son, thrown into Ganges. Fourth son, thrown into Ganges. Fifth son, thrown into Ganges. Sixth son, thrown into Ganges. Seventh son, thrown into Ganges. God. When the eighth child was born, Shantanu somehow could not contain himself. After so long time, he stands up to her and says, what type of mother you are? One after another, 7 children you have thrown into Ganges. Kill them. Don't kill this one. And she said, yes, I will not kill, but I am going. I had taken that promise from you. You should not tell anything. Now that you have told it, yes, I will keep it alive, but I am going. And before going, she told the story. The story is, in Swarga, in the heavens, Ashtavasu, these are the minor deities. They are the one, once they did something, some mischief in the court, in the Indra Sabha, in the royal assembly, in the divine assembly. So they were cursed that you shall be all born as mortals. You shall be living this land of immortals and you shall be born as immortals. So they went and prayed Ganga, please be our mother. As soon as we are born, please throw us back into Ganges. So that our curse is fulfilled, we are quickly back to the Swargaloka. Ganga agreed. That is why she appeared as a beautiful woman in front of Shantanu. And Shantanu agreed. But then he could not keep, so 7. So he said, as soon as I have thrown them, they have all gone back to heaven, 7. That is why, if you understand these things, if you are aware of the whole mystery and secret of birth and death, you shall not complain about the death as such. Because as they say, your child is not your child. That Khalil Gibran statement. They come through you, not from you. Every child is a jiva. Each individual comes for his karma. If you can see the destiny of the child, you can do anything. From other person's standpoint, you may be very harsh. But from your standpoint, you know what you are doing. So the mother, as a mother, she threw 7 children out. Because they all gone back to heavens. The 8th, when he said, you cannot, he said, okay, you keep the baby. And the Bhishma was the child. He said, I'll keep him until he grows up, then I'll send him back. So the 7th, 8th child, Bhishma, grew up with Ganga. And then when a young man, the story says he comes back to Shantanu. And that is the time Shantanu was, of course, missing the wife. And that time he had gone to while he was going about in his own kingdom, he saw another beautiful woman, a fisher woman. From that community. He said, she's so beautiful, I want to marry. Now, Bhishma said, when Bhishma wants, he wants to marry. So they approached the father, the king of the fisher community, approached them. Then this man said, I don't mind giving my daughter to you, but there is a problem. What is the problem? The problem is, my daughter's son will not be the king because Bhishma is already there, the prince. So what is the idea of my daughter going there, getting married to you, and she will be playing second fiddle? She will not be the queen of the kingdom. Then what to do? And even if Bhishma agrees, suppose Bhishma's child is born, then he shall demand the kingdom, because he is the next natural king. So my daughter's son's son will not be the king. King did not want to, Shantanu did not want to say anything because he loves Bhishma also. But Bhishma saw Shantanu is losing his health. Always thinking about that girl, losing his, health. So he wanted to find out why my father is not well. See, when they found out the reason, then he himself goes to the king, the father of that young girl. Then he says, you must give your daughter to marriage. He said, but my son will not be my king, baby will not be the king. He said, I am promising you, I shall not be the king of Hastina. Your daughter's child will be the king. So what about your son? You may say that, but when your son comes, he will demand to be the king because he is your son. He said, I will not marry. That is called the Bhishma Pratigya. Not only I will not be the king, but I will not marry, because if only I marry, only my baby will be claiming to be the king. No, I will not marry, but let my father be happy. That is known as Bhishma Pratigya. Sacrificed everything. The kingdom, his personal life. When this news reaches Shantanu, he is so moved, he blesses him. You shall have the power to die only if you wish to die. That is the power. That is the blessing he got. That is why Bhishma is amazingly powerful. So when he fights, nobody fights with Bhishma. You won't die. He shall kill you. Then only he will die. There is no question of he being dead. Because for him to die, he should wish to die. Now what do? You can't kill an enemy like that. It's a fantastic character. We shall see. Anyway, so Bhishma is so powerful. So all of you, Bhishma Avirakshantu. Protect him from all sides. Help him. Because if he is there, he shall run the battle and destroy everybody. So, Kuru Vruddha Pitamaha. So this is Kuru Vruddha Pitamaha. Bhishma Pitamaha is the grandsire. Kuru Vruddha is the chief among the Kaurava army. Because he is the grandsire of everybody, Pandavas and Kauravas. See, if you go on side, how come he did not take the side of the Pandavas? Why took the side of Kauravas? Because they were a king. So he has a promise to protect the kingdom. So now these fellows are king, therefore he has to protect the kingdom. So Pandavas doesn't matter, even if they are right. He has given the word, he will protect the kingdom. So he is fighting the battle. And he says, so when Kuru Vruddha, when he heard Duryodhana introducing him to Dronacharya, that look, all of you protect Bhishma, So Bhishma naturally smiles. Who is going to protect him when he is self-protected? Who he needs to protect him? So tasya sanjanayan harsham, bringing little smile to the face of Duryodhana. Shinganadam vinodyochai sanghab dadmo pratapavan. He blew the conch, powerful conch, to mark the beginning of the battle. Bhishma blew the conch. So those were the battles. Everybody standing in front. Nowadays, stealthy bombers, drones. You can sit down in America and send it to Iraq. You can send it in Gujarat, India, and send it to somewhere. What all? Today's warfare, my God. And sometimes when you listen to Mahabharata, the stories, you will be amazed how much insight these fellows had. These Pandavas, for the Pandavas, nobody could kill them. The stories are so exciting. Have you read Mahabharata? Sometimes you should read Mahabharata. It's so nice. Very beautiful story. These Pandavas, nobody could kill them. But there were special arrow for these 5. Only with these arrow, with his name written in that, Yudhishthira, Bhima, Arjuna, Nakula, only with those arrows they can be destroyed. It's like a missile with warhead with a picture of the target. So that arrow comes, only hits him, not anybody else. It is just like intercontinental ballistic missiles now. ICBM going for thousands of miles, scans Saddam Hussein's palace, match, boom. If it is the presidential palace, matches, boom. Doesn't match, he looks for it. Say, amazing. Those references are there. Those are the type of army, but are the weapons they were talking about those days. So that person should be killed with that. Anyway, so Sangham Dadmo Pratapan, he marked the beginning of the battle, blowing his conch. And when he started blowing the conch, Tata Sankascha, various these conches, trumpets, Panavanaka, Gomukha, I know that much, these musical instruments, God only knows. Some are Panavanaka, Gomukha, God knows. Some the name of the musical instruments, no more available, God knows what it is. So all of them started, each one started playing their trumpets, their drums, their conches, whatever in their hand, they started blowing it. Sahasa eva abhyanantya sabsabda tumulo bhava, sabda tumulo bhava. It created like a pandemonium. Tumulo is it filled that land and the sky. Tumulo bhavat. And then when in the majestic background of such noise and spectacle enters Krishna and Arjuna. Read. Tatasveteir hayir yukte mahati sandane sthito madhava pandavaschaiva Dibyo shankho pradadmatu Panchajanyam Hrishikesha Devadattam Dhananjaya Paundram Dadmo Mahasankham Bhima Karma Vrukodara Ananta Vijayam Raja Kuntiputro Yudhishthira Nakula Sahadevascha Sughoshamani Puspako Kashyascha Parameshwasah Shikhandi Cha Maharatah Dhrushtadimno Viratascha Satyakischa Parajitah Drupado Draupadeyascha Sarvasa Prithivipate Saubhadrascha Mahabahu Sankhan dadmo pruthak pruthak. When thus Bhishma blew the conch and everybody joined in, that time tata thereafter Swetair hai yukte mahati sandana stitau Madhava Pandava Dibyo Shankho Prathatmatu. That time a great chariot drawn by white horses were commanded by Madhava. Krishna himself was charioteer, Pandava, Arjuna seated there. They come in. And Dibyo Sankho Pradhatmatu, they also joined in blowing their conches. And what type of conches? Each one of them has the name of the conches. That shows that how famous this Pandava army is, Pandava people are, the warriors, because their conches also have a name, like Air Force One. When you say Air Force One, you know it's only President of America. Huge 747, Air Force One, finished. Others are plain. They are all plain Jane plane. Plain Jane plane, ordinary planes. But these boys, Air Force One. The whole world's control inside that plane. They say the amazing things about that plane. In a new generation, this boy got a new one now. So, Obama, before him that came, but now he's of course running it. So whoever the American president, they will have it. So Air Force One. So like that, each one of them have powerful conches. What are they? Panchajanyam Rishi. Rishikesha, Krishna had a conch and his conch name is Panchajanya. Devadattam Dhananjaya. Dhananjaya's, Arjuna's conch, his name is Devadatta. Poundram Dadmau Mahasankam Bhima Karma Bhukodara. Bhima Karma, Bhima, which is Brukodara. Brukodara means, Bruka means like a wolf. His stomach is like that of a wolf. Bhima eats tons of food, but God knows where it goes. His waistline is like that of a bruka, like a wolf. But the most powerful fighter, but the stomach doesn't exist. But he eats. When he eats, you don't know what he's eating. So much. Bhima's eating also is a big story. How much he goes on eating. You want to listen to a little bit of it? Come on, let's listen. What is this chapter is only for a story. that Bhima, one day when they were hiding in the forest, so all of them are living in a village. So then that village people are all worried and everybody is crying because one Rakshasa, one demon comes and demands food from the villagers. Everybody must give food to the demon, or else he will come and eat one member of the family. So that day, these Pandavas were guests of one family, and that lady is crying because her only son has to go there carrying the food, and whoever carries the food, the demon eats the food as well as the driver. So the cows will be eaten, everything will be eaten. So they are now crying. So Bhima said, then when Mother Kunti was there, so she said, Mommy, you need not worry. My son will go and feed him and come. Feed him means kill him and come. So he said, my son will go, and he said, no, you are my guest. How can I sacrifice your son for my sake? No, let my son go. He said, no, you need not worry. My son can go and fix him, but you bring all the food. So Bhima takes all the food and goes there. And of course he goes a little early and waits for the Rakshasa. And Bhima going a little early, can he wait? He himself started eating. So much food is there. So he himself started eating all these things. Now the Rakshasa comes hungry and he sees that not only food is there, but also somebody is eating the food. He says, what are you doing? You are doing? So he goes and attacks Bhima. And then what happens? Bhima makes a chutney for him in 1 second and eats the whole food, comes back home with the body of the Rakshasa. The whole village is happy. That is the story, entertaining. So, that is the Bhima, mighty eater. And he was the cook, best cook also. That story goes some other place. Anyway, so, but he is Brukodara, very thin stomach. So those days also they knew 6 abs good for health. Huh? Anyway, not necessarily 6 abs, you should have small stomach. These portable stomachs and portable tables are little bad, what to do. Anyway, doesn't matter. So, Bhima Karma Brukodara. But he has a Kanch Poundram, Ananda Vijayam Raja, Kuntiputro Yudhishthira. And Yudhishthira has a Kanch known as the Ananda Vijaya, endless victory. Nakula Sadevascha Sughosha Manipuspaka. Sughosha Manipuspaka. Those are the Kanches of Nakula Sadeva. All the 5 brothers, their Kanches are famous. Then Kashyascha Parameshwasaha, the king of Kashi with mighty bow at his disposal. Shikhandicha Maharatha, Dhrushtadimna, Viratascha, Satyakischa Aparajita, undefeated. The people who cannot be defeated, such people, Satyaki, Virata, Dhrushtadimna, Shikhandi, Drupada, Draupadeya, Sarvasa Prithivipate, Sauvadrascha Mahavaho, Sankham Dadmu Pruthak Pruthak. Sanjaya reports Dhritarashtra. All these great kings on the Pandava side, they started blowing their own special conches. And when they started blowing those conches, Saghosha, read, Saghosho Dhartarashtranam Rudayani Vyadarayat Navasya Prithivim Chaiva Tumulo Vyanunadayan Atha Vyavasthitan Društva Dhartarashtran Kapidvajah Pravrutte Sastra Sampate Dhanurudyamya Pandavah Rishikesham Tada Vakyam Idamaha Mahipate. Right. So, when the Saghosha, these simultaneous blowing up all the powerful conches from Pandava side, Navasya Prithivim Chaivam Tumulo Vyanunadana, filled the land and the sky, reverberated all around. And that sound created fear, invoked great fear in the hearts of the Kauravas. Sanjay reports, your children are frightened. When Dasi, everything is ready, Atha Vyavasthitan Društva, Dhartarashtran Kapidvajaha, Pravrutte Sastra Sampate, Dhanurudyama Pandava, Atha. Thus, Vyavasthitan Društva, seeing both the sides ready for fight. Dhartarashtran Kapidvajaha, Pravrutte Sastra Sampate, Dhanurudyama Pandava. Pandava Arjuna seated in Kapidvaja. Kapidvaja because in the flag of the Arjuna's chariot, there is a Hanuman, monkey. It's a Kapi. Kapi means monkey. So Hanuman is in that flag. So, ready to fight, Shastra Sampate, now Arjuna, the mighty warrior. See, he is put, introduced in such a grand fashion so that the fall will be spectacular. You shall see, with this we shall stop today. Spectacular entrance. Grand spectacular entrance. Image of confidence. And what he talks to Arjuna, Krishna, Hrushikesha tadavakyam idamaha mahipate. O mahipate, he says, Dhritarashtra, O king of the world, idam vakyam hrushikesham tada aha. He told these things to, this statement, idam vakyam, he gave this statement to Hrishikesha, commanded him. What did he say? Just read that, we shall see tomorrow. Arjuna uvache Senayoruvayor madhye Ratham sthapayamechyute. Now gives now comes the statement from the Pandava chief. Is the great fighter, archer of the time. Image of confidence. And he commands the charioteer Krishna. Hey Achyuta, reminds him in his name also. Achyuta. Achyuta means you know what? Not Chuta. There is no Chuti. There is no, it's infallible. One who never slips away. SLIP. Hey Achyuta, hey infallible one. Place me Senayor Ubhayor Madhye Mes Ratham Sthapaye. Between the two armies, place my chariot, wherefrom I shall not move. Because for him, it's only movement ahead. There is no going back. He can destroy everybody. Hey Achyuta, me Ratham Sthapaye. Commanding the commander of the universe, Krishna. That is the power, confidence. After a few verses, we shall see the transformation. Suddenly, the confidence gone, resolve gone, everything gone. I am not going to fight. I'm finished. I am not going to fight. I'm going home. It happens to every man at one time or other in life. 20-year-old, 25-year-old, 30-year-old, 35-year-old. Wow! Image of confidence. Oh, I can... money, bring it. Go there, get it. This car, bring it. That person, throw him. Whew. Solid. None of these things are happening. So what? Nothing matters. Then one day, wife runs away. Husband is alcoholic. Something happens to the child. Business collapses. The deal you signed, finished. Or yourself struck by some type of fatal disease. Oh God, no more. What happens? Suddenly, the man literally wants to be in touch with something. That transition. Lucky people get this shock in the earlier stages of life. When you are 15, 20, 30, if you get that shock, you are a lucky one. Because after that, you have a long life to live happily. If you are already wounded, stranded, destroyed, disappointed, miserable, devastated, then you 75-year-old, you wake up, oh, I must know something. Okay, after you know it, but by the time you have got the punishment also. Like there was a fellow, he was caught by the king for a crime. The king said, you will be punished. Of course you will be punished, but 3 choices. One is, if you eat 1 kilo of onion, you can go free. Or 40 lashes, you can go free. Or 100 sovereign of gold, you can go free. Either of the 3. Eat the onion, free. 40 lashes, free. Or 100 gold sovereign, free. The fellow was such a miser. He was a rich man, but he doesn't want to part with his 100 sovereign gold. So he says, all right, let me eat the onion. Because getting 40 lashes is not a joke. So he started eating onion. Nah, can you eat 1 kilo onion? 1 he takes, 2 he takes, 3, 4, you want a 5th, vomit. He can't eat. How can he eat? So he said, boy, it's impossible. Can't eat. All right, give me 40 lashes. 40 lashes. He lies down. Okay, 1, 2, okay, you can take 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, boy. Difficult. Impossible. First lash is okay, but the lash on the lash, lash on the lash on the lash on the lash, difficult, cannot take it. All right, take 100 sovereigns. That you could have done from the first, no. So he had the onion also, punishment of eating onion, getting the lashes, and of course parting with the money. Most people are like that. They pay, they get everything, pay the compound interest, then come for the self-knowledge. For what? Already paid through your nose for the whole bungled life. No, that is why when you are 15, 20, 25, and by chance you are exposed to this knowledge, wow, lucky one. You don't have to pay price for anything. Rather, you learn, you will enjoy the lashing also, everything also. It doesn't matter. Why? Happy with yourself. So happily suffer out everything. Enjoy everything. That thing, already you know all these things. We shall see more of it. So Sanjay, now look at Arjuna now. Image of confidence. But suddenly, is literally the carpet is pulled on from under his feet. And he collapses right in the battlefield. We shall see tomorrow. Close your eyes.